We are live, so shall I go? Welcome back to the Basketball and Good YouTube channel. We're here live at the National Basketball Performance Centre for Aspire All-Stars Weekend. It's been a great weekend so far. We've got girls under 13 finals action coming up next. And I'm joined courtside now by this amazing fan, Tage. Tage, did you make this sign?
I rate it 10 out of 10.
You rate it 10 out of 10. I'm assuming you're going to be supporting Central today. Who's your favourite player out there on the court?
Jamelia.
Okay, we'll be taking and keeping a lookout for her. But actually, wait, I've just got someone in my ear. They're saying I've got to go to comms. Tage, we're gonna have to go. You need to go and join the crowd now, yeah? So, cameraman, let's go. We're gonna have to get over to the commentary desk. We've got a fairly empty-looking media desk next to us. I'm sure they'll be back in time for the game, though. But I'm gonna head over to go comms, and we've got another media desk for coming over here. We've got the streaming team behind us, where all the action takes place. Thanks, Tage. You can go now. Good job. We've got England fans here clearly. Anyway, we're going to go over to the commentary desk now. Let's walk past the Central bench. They'll be making their final preparations now. We've got a pretty packed crowd going on. If you hear that noise, the North fans from the Central fans. Referees and tables making their final adjustments now. But that seat on the end, that is my seat right next to Eve Shadrick. I'm going to be sitting down now. You can join me for the whole game. And yeah, this is Eve Shadrick. So, Eve, what are we expecting from this game?
I'm expecting a really exciting final, both teams ready to go. Central coming off a win this morning, so they're going to be coming in with energy. North been undefeated throughout the whole tournament, so it's going to be an exciting one. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, Aspire All-Stars, always a really exciting weekend. I mean, some of these players, it's their first time playing on stages like this.
Yeah, no, for sure, and they're so young, but they've got high energy, big crowd, so yeah, it's going to be really good to see.
For some players as well, you know, they don't have much training with the teams that they're out there with right now. So, do you think it's a hard adjustment for some players, or from what you've seen this weekend, do you think they've adjusted well?
Yeah, I think the challenge is really big. They've got new coaches, new teammates. They have to try different roles compared to what they might have back in their home teams. But from what we've seen so far across under 13s and under 15s, they've done such a good job at adjusting and reading, reacting within the game. So yeah, I think they've handled the pressure really well, and yeah, they should be a big unit going into this game.
Yeah, so final team just coming out now onto the court. This under 13s girls final matchup, Central versus the North. It's going to be a really exciting matchup. Make sure you stay tuned on the Basketball and Good YouTube channel. If you can't stay for the whole game, make sure you follow along on socials at People England. Or you might as well come down if you can as well. It's a great atmosphere here.
Yeah, the crowd's building.
So teams now just out there, as the jump ball goes up in. North are going to be the ones to come up with it, as Isabel has it, passes inside there to Spence, and Spence gets that one to go to open the game. Possession, ball does get knocked out, but so it'll be a North ball again, and I mean for the North they could have had a better 12-second start than that.
Yeah, absolutely, especially Central already played this morning, so you'd think they might have the advantage with, you know, already getting out the nerves and being warm, but North were ready to go from the off.
Through there, gets that one off, can't get it to drop, so now Central can look to break. Manganga Zico thinking about the shot, tries to get that one up, and she does, but it's stripped by Devanzo. Devanzo looking to push, pass off to Carabana. Carabana ahead to Mace. Mace going to work now. Passes back to Carabana. She takes that one up, and she gets that one to go. Great break there from the North. As ball's knocked out of bounds, and ball will stay with Central, but I mean, the North have just come out with some really high energy.
Yeah, absolutely. They're sharing the ball. They're looking for each other on the fast break. Central looking like they're not able to keep up at the moment with that, so hopefully they can get a stop early on, try and slow the ball down, force them to make some other decisions. So, balls, okay, no, my ball isn't in. Players think it's in, but ball is passed in, but it's intercepted by Isabel. Isabel takes that one up, can't get that one to roll, but it's rebounded by Spence. Spence out to Carabana. Carabana back to Spence. Spence gets that one up, a foul is called. That one will be on the possession. So Devanzo will be on to pass in, but
The referee just stopped there. I'm not sure. Oh, just the line. I mean, even where players playing on this court, a lot of them haven't played on this court before, so that's just another adjustment, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And with the fact that it's a centre court, it's a show court, they've got nothing on the baseline or on the sideline, so it can really be quite a difference for them, and can be quite distracting. But I've only seen 2 turnovers today, actually, so that's nice. They're getting used to it.
Yeah, especially at a young age as well, being able to keep it just to 2 turnovers. Really impressive. As Manganga Zico has the ball now, using the screen there, hands it off to Onyumechi. Back to Manganga Zico. Pass it back in to a teammate, passes it back out. She looks to drive now, but ball stripped by Mace. Mace can go and look to push. Mace pass ahead to Carabana, but ball does go out of bounds, just a little bit too much on that one that time.
It's really good to see her on the fast break. Her eyes were up the whole time. She's under pressure, but she's still looking to push the ball ahead.
So Central will have a chance now to put up their first points of the game. It'll be Manganga Zico to bring it up. Finds Ho a set ahead. Ho can't get that one to fall, but it's rebounded again by Central. Kicks it out to Williams. Williams can't get that one to fall, but again they get the rebound. Can't get it to fall that time. But
job of just getting a good position in the key for the rebound. She had 2 in a row there, and then got the call in the end.
So she can look to get Central's first points of the game here, as she sinks the first one. Representing the Bears this season, Bromsgrove Bears, as we have a chance for a second. Can't get that one to drop. Cleaned up by Spence. Outlet to Carabana, who's looking for Isabel there, but ball does go out of bounds. They're trying to get us in on the action there. But I mean, with the intensity that the North have played with so far, I mean, it's understandable that sometimes it does go a bit wrong.
Yeah, definitely. I think if they can keep this up throughout the whole game, it's gonna be really impressive. They might have to adjust slightly just to slow it down and allow them to play a little bit more half-court basketball.
Yes. And now just to look to extend their total. Williams pulls out of bounds, but Central retain possession. Will have 20 seconds to get something up here. As a backcourt violation is called this time. So the North will now have a chance to extend their lead. So just over 4 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. As Spence has it, using the screen from Devanzo. Pass it down to Mace. Mace. Central can look to get something here. Manganga Zico has it. Hands it off to Udo. Finds Hall on the other side. Hall out to Williams. Williams round to Nganga Zico. She's stepping away around the defense there. Can't get to ball, but great play from her. As Carabana off to the races ahead. Opts to slow things down though. Carabana inside there. Great pass to Spence. Can't get to ball, but she will get the foul. And I mean, what a play there from the North. We see some substitutions as Maria Ruffin checks into the game for Central, as Lisa Okalawan checking in for the North, as we do have an injury on the other end. Manganga Zico just on the other end there, physio helping her up. And for this game, we've got 3 minutes left in this first quarter, but for the North, I mean, they couldn't really ask for a better start.
Yeah, no, they're doing such a good job. Offensively, they're really pushing the pace, but also defensively, they're jumping on everything. They're hassling the ball handler. They're getting 2 people every time they catch the ball. There's 2 people there on the catch, putting pressure, forcing turnovers. Yeah, they really came out with energy, and it shows. I think they've been a bit unlucky with some of the finishes, but as we said before, and we've seen throughout the whole tournament, as soon as the nerves start to settle, those shots start dropping. So a really impressive start from North.
Yes, can't get the first one to fall. And they haven't actually played on this court yet this weekend, so that was another thing just to add to how impressive it is can't get the second one to drop, so Udo will look to break. Udo. She gets that one to drop, and Udo, I mean, 2 defenders on her there. Still able to take the shot. So Caravana now controlling things for the North. Finds Devanzo. It's all about the handoff. She takes that one in, scoops it up, can't get it to drop. But gets intercepted that time by Spencer. She gets that one to drop. In the North, I mean, this full court pressure, do you think Central is struggling to handle it?
Yeah, definitely. They're doing such a good job of just pressuring early, forcing Central to have to make a lot of passes, which at the moment they're seeming to struggle with. So it'll be interesting to see if the coaches make any sort of adjustments and see how they're going to handle the press, because a lot of the time, especially some of these girls back in their home clubs and leagues, they don't really come up against the full court press. So it's definitely a challenge.
Yeah, so see Milana Jasta check into the game. These girls are under 13, so some of them may only play, under 12s. Some of them aren't even under 14s yet. So
yeah, this level of competition is so impressive, but also like it's easy to forget that this is not their norm.
As Gordon finds Riley in the corner. Riley looking to drive, but an offensive foul is called that time. So the North now will have a chance to extend their lead. And interesting enough, Central now also full court pressing. So Caravana controlling things for the North. Long pass ahead to Devanzo. Devanzo inside to Spence. Spence looks to drive. Spence couldn't get that one. Well, she does get that one to drop, but travel is called first. But there was some great defense there from Central.
Yeah, for sure. I think something that's slightly different between North and Central's full court press. North are jumping on every catch. They're putting immediate pressure on the ball handler, whereas South Central were a little bit more laid back on their press, allowing the ball handler to kind of do their own thing.
As Central get a bucket on the other end. Bluebell Austin with that one. As Caravana is off to race, wastes no time. Oh my days. Great pass there, fakes the shot. And still gets it to go, but sets North with another bucket. Can't get it to fall that time. But Molly Spence was in trip to line. But I mean, what a highlight play that was from Gabby Caravana there.
She faked me out as well. I was looking over in the corner.
So Gabby Caravana there with the highlight play. And then straight after that, off the inbound, Molly Spence just picking off. No timeout. Not entirely sure what's happening. Okay, Central called the timeout. So Central second out just to talk things over. And I mean, I feel like the score, there's only 3 points in it, but I mean, that could be turned around within the next play, really.
Yeah, absolutely. It's only one possession, so I think it's definitely a really close game. I would have said early on that North was kind of setting the tone with their pace and Central was struggling to handle that, but by the looks of it, they've kind of taken on that challenge and they've decided to try and match that. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of a turnaround now going into the end of this quarter.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and it was a similar sort of game. There was never really a large gap in any of the totals, to just kind of hang in there and then wait until their run started.
Yeah, it's almost like damage control when you've got one team that kind of gets momentum and everything seems to be falling for them. It's like, okay, yes, they're going to score, but how can we adjust to make it difficult for them, and then eventually let our shot stop dropping too.
Spence sinks the first one, extending that North lead just to 4. Spence representing the Sheffield Hatters this season. Can't get a second ball, but Devanzo cleans it up. Power dribble, gets the putback to go. Uma Devanzo just extending that lead to 6. As we see a long pass there into Central. They do come up with it as Vassal tries to get that one to go. Couldn't get it to drop. Caravana cleans it up. Long pass there from Spence over to Devanzo. But ball's picked off, knocked out of bounds by Gordon. as Lisa, apologies, as we see Emma Simkova check into the game. But, I mean, plays like that, yes, Central didn't come up with the ball, but it's still disruptive, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything that kills the momentum, and this team are looking to play at speed. They're avoiding that half-court offense. Anything that forces them to set something up is really good.
Yes, Cara Bannett couldn't get 3 to go there, but Central coming out of it. Melada Jassa just knocking it out of bounds there. But so balls in for Central. Riley bringing it up for them. So Central will retain possession. So Central now can look, see whatever Coach Riley was drawing up. Let's see if they can implement it. As Vassal into Ruffin, round to Riley. Riley looking for a drive. Some tough defense by Carabana as Vassal has it. She'll drive, pass it out to Gordon. Gordon inside now. She stops for that one. Can't get to fall, but there was a good possession by Central.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving the ball, looking for the open player. Really good.
As the North off the race on the other side. Okala one. Couldn't get that one to fall. Ball's tipped out of bounds though. So North off possession as we see Willow Martin checking into the game for the North. Apologies, no, it's a Central ball. Ball's into Riley. Which slows things down for Centrals. Ruffin has it now. She looks to go to work. Ruffin inside, takes that one. Wasted no time there in looking to attack.
Yeah, for sure. I think the nature of this game is the fast pace. Quick offenses is definitely suiting both teams more.
Yeah, I mean, with the quarters only being 6 minutes as well, it sort of allows teams to sort of play that intensity, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And I think as well, the defensive quality from both teams is so high that actually they're really struggling when they're forced to make decisions. So if they can just keep that advantage, maybe it's a 5v4, then that's when they're getting the most success.
As Ruffin sinks the first one. Can't get a second drop. Gordon leaping out into the air there to try and get that one, but ball is knocked out of bounds. And it will be Central ball still. Ball's passed in to Riley. Riley looking for the attack. She draws the foul on that one, so Amelia Riley, she'll take a trip to the line now. And since that timeout, it feels like Central have had a lot more success on offense. Whether that's scoring or just getting to the line, it just feels more put together by them.
Yeah, they look like they're attacking more. They're trying to draw that defense. They're not as afraid of the key. So definitely, they've probably been told just go for it, draw the fouls, expect contact, and then the referees are doing a great job of making those calls. So it's definitely the right plan for today.
Yeah, first one doesn't fall for Riley. Second one's a little short. Devanzo cleaning it up. Over to Carabana. Carabana now. Nice little cross up there to get to the basket. Can't get to drop, but Gordon cleans it up. Jump ball is forced though. And it feels like any time there's a loose ball, it's just plays from every single team just going towards it.
Yeah, exactly. They all want the win, and it's good to see that everyone's got the fight.
There's balls in. Gordon ahead now to Ruffin. Ruffin back to Gordon. Gordon looking to attack inside. Thinks about the shot, kicks it out though to Riley, but travel is called that time. So see some substitutions now. There's Lisa Okalawan checks into the game alongside Molly Spence and Ivy Netherwood. So clock just around 30 seconds left now in this first quarter. Carabana controlling it for the North. Carabana looks for a pass inside, finds Okalawan on the other side. Inside to Netherwood. Netherwood can't get to ball that time though. So So Central can look to hold the ball on the other end now. Russell ahead to Riley. Right, looking for the pass, so it's picked off by Okawan. Okawan can look to push. It's a 1v1. She opts to slow things down, passes inside, looking for Spence. Ball's knocked out of bounds. So now the North will have a chance to extend their lead. As we see a timeout being called, and they're probably going to draw something over here.
Yeah, 12 seconds left. They've got plenty of time to set something up. I think they've not been having a lot of success from their sets at the moment. So I think that's a good call from coach. Only 5 points in it, so there's not enough of a lead to get comfy yet.
Yeah, especially in these 6-minute quarters. I mean, we've seen games just turn around so fast.
Yeah, exactly. I think in the South, I think it was, I literally did it 5 minutes ago and I've already forgotten. But the turnaround was so quick. It was such a lead in the beginning, but within those few minutes, you can easily rack up 10, get comfy when we're playing such quick games.
Yeah, so teams just coming out now. For this final 12.5 seconds left in this first quarter, can the North extend their lead? They're currently up by 5 points. I think that's their biggest lead of the game. I mean, we don't have the live stats to tell. Marsden going to work. Marsden finds her inside, gets the ball up, and that one drops for her. And Ruffin now can look to get a shot off before the end of the buzzer. She opts to slow things down. So that will do it for the end of the first quarter of this U13 Girls final. And the North lead by 7. And that play there, I mean, don't know if it was what coach drew up, but it certainly worked, didn't it? Yeah, absolutely. I think, especially at this age, it's so impressive that coaches are able to kind of sit them down, talk something through, and they can go out and execute. Because it's rare that happens at like women's and professional levels. So the fact that they're smart enough players and they can do that, it gives the coaches a lot more power in kind of manipulating what's happening on the floor. So yeah, really impressive and nice that they were able to execute that one. Yeah, so Central, they are down only by 7, and they haven't done necessarily a lot of things wrong, but what do you want to see them do better now in this second quarter?
To be honest, I think it was more the first few minutes of the quarter that North really had that momentum, whereas going into the last few minutes, it seemed quite evenly matched. They were a little bit unlucky trying to get the shot up, and a little bit unlucky on the free throw line. I think if they keep attacking, keep trying to draw those fouls, keep North in foul trouble, that would be really useful for them going into the later part of the game, and hopefully things will start dropping.
Yeah, so for Central, they will have to get a stop here first if they do want to look on the other end. So the North ball is in to Spence, back to Caravana, hands it off to Spence. Spence finds Okawan in the corner, back out to Spence. Back to Caravana now. Caravana drives in. She'll take that one up. Can't get it to drop that time. Little shot off the front of the rim. And now Central can look to break. Gordon has it. Gordon wasting no time to get that one up. Little short. Gets her a rebound. Takes it up. Unfriendly roll out. But great hustle from her. As Okawan has it. Ball's on floor. Gordon again inside. Getting it. And that was a great little possession there from Gordon.
Yeah, didn't give up on the play, got the ball back as well, so really good hustle play there from her.
And then that play is now led to a... So Ruffin in to Maganga Zico. Back to Riley. Riley finds Ruffin in the corner. She looks to drive, kicks it out to Riley. Riley driving now, they're gonna have to get something up, finds Gordon. Gordon settles on the shot. Little too heavy that time, but Marsden wastes no time in taking that one up. Can't get to ball. Caravana almost gets it, but Netherwood is the one who cleans it up in the end. And again, North just crashing the boards down there.
Yeah, North are doing a really good job of just forgetting what's just happened and moving on to the next play, and then taking advantage of any lapse in concentration from Central.
As we'll see some substitutions for Central. As Georgia Udo checks into the game alongside Kenesha Oklier. So Central now as get the ball in so they can look to shoot. As they do, can't get to fall that time. Can Vassal and Gangazuko after the offensive board. Can't get two hands on it though, so we'll be a North ball, but we will see some substitutions as Tay Lawton checks into the game for the North and Ivy Netherwood takes a seat. So Carabana pushing things for the North, looking to extend their lead, finds Lawton. Lawton inside to Spence, ball pass is picked off though by Vassal, so North will have to reset. So Carabana has it. Passes it inside to Spence, hands it back off to Carabana. Carabana going to work, passes inside there. Can't get it to drop. And I mean, Gabby Carabana just has that ball on a string, doesn't she?
Yeah, no, she's done such a good job of being able to deal with a defender that's being really pesky in front of her, but also keep her eyes up and find her teammates.
Just a little too much length that time, so Rafu can push the ball. Finds Vassal ahead. Vassal can't get that one to drop, but Udo cleans it up. Central now only trail by 7. And Carabana again just controlling that ball. Finds a way to the basket. Can she go coast to coast? No, she can't. Can't get the friendly bounce, but again a great play from her.
Yeah, she deserved that one.
And she just, right on cue, she picks up the ball on the other end. Finding Spence. Back to Carabana now. As finds other one in the wing as Lawton drives in, and Taylor Lawton gets that one to go. Great baseline drive from her. And that'll force a timeout by Central. Head coach Caitlin Riley just wanting to talk things over. And I mean, we spoke in these games about, teams hanging there and stuff, and it hasn't really felt like either team's gone on a huge run.
It's been pretty evenly matched, but North are just doing such a good job of if a mistake is made or something doesn't necessarily go to plan, they're not dwelling on it. They're moving on. They're trying to get the next steal. Like if they miss a shot, like Carabana there, she had a really good run. She missed a shot. She's the first one back down the floor to get the steal. It almost feels like, it could be wrong, but it almost feels like North won it more. But it is to be considered that Central did already play this morning. It was quite an intense game this morning too. It was quite a hard-fought win, so they need to kind of be able to channel out of that and focus on the game that's happening in front of them.
Backcourt in the morning, but their game wasn't as close. I mean, since North did lead, they had their lead and they kind of kept it throughout the game. It did get close towards the end, but for Central, they had to dig their way back.
Physically as well.
As Riley finds a lane to the basket there. Too heavy that time, but it is cleaned up. But put a straw up straight away. As Lawton finds Mars on the outside. Can't get it to fall that time. It looked good from this angle, but ball does roll out of bounds, as we will see some substitutions as Isabel Chan checking back into game for the North. So Central now can look to continue cutting into that lead. They trail by 7. As again, ball's knocked out of bounds by Carabana. And it just feels like Gabby Carabana is just everywhere. It feels like any possession that's happening, I'm just saying her name.
Yeah, literally. She's doing everything, defensively, offensively. She's finding her teammates. She's finding the basket for herself. Defense, she's jumping on everything. So, yeah, no, it's really good to see, and she's setting the tone for her teammates too.
Yeah, his ball's passed inside there to Vassal. Vassal can't get the fade that time, and Carabana, who else over there, cleans it up, slowing things down for the North. As Carabana sells on the three-pointer, and she'll take that one right on cue. Gabby Carabana, all the way from Sheffield, that one.
She's doing it all.
She really is. As Udo getting it on the other side, she'll take that one up, draws the contact. So she'll take a trip to the line, and things like that. I mean, we spoke about already, you said about the North, you know, they prefer to play in transition like that. So Udo now, the other end, drawing that foul, again, just kind of puts a stop to the flow of the game.
Absolutely. I think they've done a really good job of recognizing the problem. And if they can keep executing that defensive pressure, I think they'll have a lot of success from that.
Is Here we go. Yeah, in a second, so that North lead just 8 points now, but basket is waved off. I think she might have just taken a little bit too much of a step there after the shot. So the North now again will have possession. As Isabel looks to bring things up and control the ball for them. Isabel just waiting now. Finds Marsden on the side. Marsden using the screen, has some space, finds the three. Can't get to fall that time, had the line, a little too heavy. And Udo looks to break for Central. Great pass inside to Riley. As Riley drives, gets that one up, and she gets the bounce on that one, and she gets the foul. Big and one play there from Amelia Riley. And if that isn't a way to get the energy up, I don't know what is.
Yeah, absolutely. It was off of a great defensive possession as well. That's a big energy builder for them, and hopefully they can build on that momentum.
Yeah, and it was Georgia Udo again leading the charge. And I mean, since she's been on the court, every time there's a fast break, she's the one who's at the front.
It only takes one to kind of set the tone, and then everyone else can follow.
There's Carabana back to Marsden at the top. She finds that one. A little too heavy that time. It's cleaned up by Riley ahead to Udo. Udo gets that one to fall. Again, can't get it to drop, but she does draw the foul. So Georgia Udo taking another trip to the free throw line. As we'll see some substitutions here as Uma Devanzo checks back into the game alongside Sharina Wong. And there's some good crowd building up here behind us. You can hear the fans, plenty of signs from the Central fans. As Udo can't get the first one to drop. Georgia Udo representing the Nottingham Wildcats this season. She sinks the second. So just over time, Spence on the wing. Spence back to Devanzo. Hands it back off to Spence. Finding Isabel inside. Kicks it out to Carabana. She'll fire that one. A little too much on it that time. So the ball will go out of bounds and in the way of Central.
Scores right now 20-13.
There's a long pass in there. It's picked off by Devanzo, but it's ripped by Okoleni. His ball's loose and Isabel comes up with it, pushing things for the North. Over to Carabana. Carabana faking the shot there, gets that one up and she'll sink that one. And Gabby Carabana just absolutely everywhere right now.
She does such a good job of manipulating the defender, even when she's already started her layup steps. Like, that's the type of athleticism you expect to see later on in their careers, but the fact that she's doing it under 13s is so impressive.
Certainly is, as she finds Isabel on the outside. She settles for the three, had the line, didn't quite have enough strength on it. As Devanzo jumping in for the rebound, but a jump ball is forced. And the North will retain possession. So the North now. There's Devanzo. Looks to pass inside, but pass is picked up by Udo. Pass ahead to Gordon. Gordon's off the races. Can she get this one to go? Yes, she can. And just like that again, it feels like the momentum just shifted. Devanzo now looking for Wong in the corner. Bit of a miscommunication. And sometimes, as I said before, all it takes is just, one play or one energy play. In Central, it feels like every time they have that tiny play, or it might be, we have that one small play, the rest of the team just follows suit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's also a bit of credit to the coaches for recognizing that. And they're both doing a really good job of, as soon as the other team kind of goes on a bit of a run, they put a stop to it straight away and then come up with a counter plan. So, yeah, it's keeping it a very interesting game for sure.
And I feel like it's a game where the score might not necessarily reflect what's happening. I mean, it is only 6 points. And, you know, the amount of, I wish we had a tips call. I wish we had live stats first, but I wish we had a tip column in the live stats, because the amount of tip passes that we've seen, the amount of jump balls that we've seen, it just goes to show, you know,
And I think, like, even though I can imagine it's a real challenging game for the girls on the floor, it keeps it really interesting for us, because every single time the ball's being passed, you don't know if someone else is going to get a tip to it. And yeah, I wanted to highlight Gabrielle on Central. She's just doing such a good job of, Georgia, sorry, is doing such a good job of attacking and drawing defense, and she's not afraid of the contact at all. Yeah, it's just very, very like high level play.
Yeah, and every time there's a fast break, she's at the front of it. And we saw when they were coming out that timeout, you know, she was clapping to get her team to bring the energy up.
Yeah, she's talking to her players the whole time, organising it, being a real leader on the floor.
Devanzo had the line on 3, couldn't get to 4 though, and North with the rebound though. Carabana has it now on the baseline pass inside to Devanzo. Devanzo gets that one to fall, and that was a great possession there.
Yeah, great court vision again from Carabana. She's one of the smallest players on the floor, but she can see everything, and she's finding her teammates every time.
And Central now looking to answer. Rapping a little short that time, but Carabana again with the rebound. I really wish we had some stats, because I feel like she'd be on a double-double by now. Carabana finds Spence, back to Devanzo, back to Isabel, finds Wong in the corner, thinks about the shot, drives in. Spence handing it off to Carabana, wastes no time in firing that one, a little short. And I mean, you could see then when she caught the ball off the handoff, she was just ready to shoot.
Yeah, she stayed ready the whole time, and that's exactly what you want, especially when you're in such a fast-paced game like this. You don't want to have to hesitate at any point. You want everyone to be ready to shoot, ready to drive, ready to turn around on defense, and that's exactly what she's doing.
There's 5-second violations called on the other end, so the North will have another possession here. They'll have 3.1 seconds to get something up here before we have a bit of a break. Ball's into Devanzo. Devanzo fires that one, a little too heavy on that, and the buzzer sounds, and that will do it for the first half of action here in this under-13s girls finals action. So teams now just have 3 minutes to talk things over, and the North built themselves a bit of a lead. They're currently up by 8. I do believe that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think North have done a really good job to go on a run here, but I wouldn't underestimate Central going into the second half.
As you see, coaches now just making any adjustments. And for the North, I mean, we spoke, especially in that first quarter, they kind of struggled to score when the game slowed down. So a lot of fast break points. And you think they've kind of done that better now in this second quarter?
Yeah, definitely. I think Central are kind of putting a lot of pressure on them on the fast break. There's a lot of contact, but North have kind of realized that and are playing straight through it. They're pushing the pace early. They're trying to keep that advantage, keep the defender on their back. And they're expecting the contact when they go up to the basket. Also, they tend to be running in pairs, so if one person's got the ball and they're trying to score, they've got a teammate right next to them, so if the defender does come to them, they've got somewhere to dish it off to. So yeah, no, they're doing a really, really good job of just keeping that pace high. If they can maintain it for the next 12 minutes, then I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, and then take a look at Central. I mean, there's been plenty of times, every time they've been down by a large margin, they have dug their way back into it. But what do you think they need to do consistently to kind of keep it closer?
I think defensively, they need to just try consistently throughout this game. North have been able to just kind of play at their own game and play at ease without having too much pressure on the first half court, which then allows them to make decisions clearer. They can easily get the pass off, whereas if Central come out and are hassling that and putting pressure on the pass, they're more likely to force those turnovers, which consistently I think North don't want to play in the half court. They want to play fast, so if they can force them out of that, I think they'll have a lot more success there.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see them make this adjustment in the second quarter, but second half, apologies. As we hear the crowd behind us, definitely built up quite nicely, but leading in that first quarter, I mean, no surprise here, but Gabby Carabani, she led the way. She had 9 points for Central. She had 6 points leading the way, but just so many big energy plays from her, from both of them, really.
Absolutely. I'd love to see the assist column for both of them as well. Really good all-around players there.
As Isabel picks up that pass to start off the game, can't get the shots full, doesn't cope with her own board. So Central now looking to break. As Gordon has it inside. Gordon takes that one up. Little too short. It's picked up by Spence. As Carabana now looking to set things up for the North. Spence round to Isabel. Finds Wong in the corner. Wong charges that one up. Scoops it up. Can't get it to drop. So Central can look to break. But pass is knocked off by Spence. As I think a referee's timeout as player on the court gets attended to. So just around only 40 seconds to play there, but it feels like the intensity just ramped up even more.
Yeah, I think both timeouts were probably quite similar, as in the team that wants it more is going to win the game, because when you're playing such a high-intensity, fast-paced game, it literally is which team is getting on the loose balls, which team is fighting for every possession, which team is trying to attack, draw the fouls, and I think that's exactly what happened just here. There was a bit of a loopy pass thrown into the air, and both players are going 100% to try and steal that. So, yeah, it's definitely the type of basketball we like to see, but hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, hopefully as physio is just attending to her now. So it also gives teams another chance to talk things over a little bit. As you see head coach Caitlin Hovels for the North just talking things over their players on the court. And we see head coach Caitlin Riley for Central just kind of speaking to all her team. And the referees just coming over talking to the table. Thank you for staying tuned along at the Basketball England YouTube channel. Let us know who you're supporting. Are you supporting the North? Are you supporting Central? And make sure you let us know in the comments who you're supporting. As we see Molly Spence just standing up. We love to see that after, you know, the collision. So she'll take a seat now. And play can resume. So it will be a Central ball. Let's see if they can implement what head coach Caitlin Riley has been telling them. So, Manganga Zico. Pass is picked up by Caravana. I think she felt that. I think she was probably too quick for her own feet there.
Yeah. She fell with a smile on her face, though, which kind of sums her up, really.
Yeah, I mean, as you see her subbing off, she just, I think we're just checking that she's okay. But as you said, she did fall with a smile on her face. That's always a good sign. So, ball's back into play. Ngenga Zico has it for Central. Can she spark an offense? Hands it off to Gordon. Gordon wastes no time in driving inside there. Gordon gets that one to go, and she draws the foul. And every time she drives in, she just drives like full power.
Yeah, she does a really good job of just Euro stepping around the defense, and then that puts the defense in a really awkward position because they're either beat or they reach in and they cause a foul. So at the moment, she's doing a really good job of just getting the defense out of position, forcing the fouls, and then she's getting to the free throw line, which is where she's been having a lot of success so far.
She certainly has. Those first one's a little too heavy, but again this morning as well, we saw her do that a lot. She is one of those players who likes to just drive inside, you know, draw that contact. There's Amelia Gordon representing the Northants Lightning this season. As the second one, apologies, the first one falls by 7. A little too short on the second, cleaned up by Marsden. Finds Devanzo, who safely gets it over. Devanzo finds Isabel in the corner, back to Devanzo. Finds Wong on the top. Back to Simkova. Simkova fires that one, can't get it to drop that time. So now Central can look to capsize on the other end. Riley. Defense there from Wong, and they force an 8-second violation there. And that was some good pressure from the North.
Yeah, again, really good pressure. And I was just watching Central coach there. She's trying to call for her team to come back and put a little bit of help for Riley, because it's a lot of pressure to try and beat a defender all the way up the floor rather than just sharing the ball.
Especially the intensity that these guys playing out as Gordon picks it off that pass there. Gordon takes that one up. Can't get the bounce in, but Devanzo secures it that time. So Wong can look to push. Wong looking for... So the North will have 19 seconds to get something up here. Simkova hands it off to Wong, who passes back inside Simkova. Can't get that one to drop, but great cut from her as jump ball is forced. And that was another great play from the North.
Yeah, fantastic read there. Central defense just fell asleep a little bit, and then Simkova going straight for the cut. So yeah, unlucky on them for executing that one, but another great read.
See Gabby Caravan checking back into the game alongside Lisa Okalawan. And then for Central is Maria Ruffin checking in. And again, though, that was another board that, you know, the balls come off the rim and there was just players from every single team going after it.
Absolutely. It'd be good to see what Maria Ruffin can do as well. When she came on earlier in the first half, she really changed the momentum for Central. So see if she can do that again.
Yeah, certainly a player who can bring that energy. Saw her do that this morning when they played, as Marsden has it in the corner for the North. Marsden going to work, finds her way through, but an offensive foul is called on that one.
Yeah, just the offhand wrapping around.
So Central now, they trail by 7. As Ngonga Zico passes ahead to Gordon. Gordon taking a time, long pass over to Riley, picked up by Carabana. And even having a shot clock, you know, a lot of these, I don't think any of these players will play in a league where they have to have a shot clock, you know, so a lot of things to get used to, isn't it?
Absolutely, there's so many factors, even the size of the crowd, the drums, the amount of referees as well. Like, I don't think I was playing with 3 referees at under 13, so there's so many factors to consider. And Maria Ruffin getting another one there.
Yeah, a bit of commentator's blessing there. Ruffin gets that floater to go. So Carabana slowing things down, finds Devanzo. She has space, she'll fire that one. Uma Devanzo a little too heavy that time. It's cleaned up though by Okalier. In Central, they've just done that so well all game, just drawing that foul.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's one of their biggest strengths, especially some of their players being a little bit more undersized. Yeah, they're just doing such a good job of weaving in and out of the defense, still managing to get a shot up, but protecting the ball enough to draw the foul.
And I mean, I'm interested to know how many free throws they have had. Obviously, we don't know.
We've watched at least 20 free throws in this game so far.
Definitely is. Nganga Zico sinks the first. Playing for the Bristol Flyers this season. As can't get the friendly bounce in the second. Simkova cleaning things up, finds Carabana, and she'll look to push. Carabana slowing things down now, finds Olawan inside, can't get that one to fall, clean up by Devanzo, can't get that one to go. Simkova finally gets that one to fall. And that was great hustle play from the whole of the North team there.
Yeah, everyone crashing the glass. We had one person back for in case it went to Central, but everyone else was locked in to get the rebound.
There's a big block from Simkova on the other end. So now the North can look to break again. Okolowon over to Marsden. Can't get it to fall. And Manganga Zico comes up with it. She's off the races. She can look to score here. Opts to slow things down. Finds a way through. Can't get it to drop. Simkova cleans things up. Karabana, long pass ahead to Okolowon. Okolowon has some space. She'll get it up. Can't get the roll. The ball is knocked out of bounds. So it will be a North ball.
I think Simkova had back-to-back rebounds and she went defensive, offensive, defensive. Really impressive. She's definitely got better fitness than I do.
You can't really ask more of a player when they're just on both ends, just crashing those balls.
Coast to coast, getting rebounds.
So a timeout has been called now. This time it is by Central. Central, they only lead by 6. And as we said, we've seen them sort of cut down that lead plenty and plenty of times. And it seems that every time they have had a timeout, they've always been able to come and implement it straight away.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that their runs seem to only last for a couple possessions. I think if they're able to kind of maintain that just for at least like a 6-point run, then they'll have a lot more success. It's just North are doing a really good job of adjusting straight away and not allowing them to get that lead.
Yeah, and I mean, even for them to be able to adjust to kind of like, so obviously normally in a regulation game, they have 10 minutes, quarters. So they have, 4 minutes in each quarter less to try and get back into it as well. So the fact that they're able to turn the points around so quickly as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's a massive ask, but they're doing a really good job. Both teams adjusting consistently throughout the game to keep it a close one.
So teams coming out of the timeout now as the North will have the ball on the other end from the baseline. They'll have 17 seconds to get something off here as Jassa has it. Finds Devanzo inside. Devanzo looks to save it, but baseline violation is called. So Central now can look to capitalize on the other end. Can they implement just like Coach drew up? There's Manganga. Zico has it. So she gets the ball over safely. But so Gordon now will set things up. Shot clock is winding down. Gordon, long pass to Vassal. Vassal drives. Gets that one to go. Little too heavy. Karabana cleans it up. She'll look to push. Long pass ahead now to Okolowon. Okolowon takes that one up. Scoop layup and she hits that one to go. What a way to end that play.
Really tough finish from her as well.
Just through the defense, just able to kind of extend her body and still get it through. Like.
Just weave through.
In plays like that, I mean, finishing fast break, the long pass from Karabana there just brings up the team's energy, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
As you can hear the crowd. It's been a great crowd this weekend. As Manganga Zico now for Central, slowing things down. We're looking for the next pass, hands it off to Riley. Has some room, finds Raffin. Ruffin, bounce passes inside there. Big block though by Jassa. Just volleyball-like spike out of bounds there from her. But Central will retain possession. And I mean, to stop that play, it was a great find there from Central. So ball's into Gordon. Gordon looks to drive. Finds a teammate in the corner. Riley fakes the shot, driving in, gets the shot up, and she'll take that one right at the buzzer. Big shot there from Amelia Riley. Weaving away through defense. Great bounce pass off to Devanzo. Devanzo gets the finish. It's just highlight play after highlight play at the moment.
Yeah, she saw her from back here in the half court and then managed to draw those two defenders. Patience on the play as well.
So Gordon securing things for Central. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Netherwood. As we see some substitutions, Georgia Udo checking back into the game. And we spoke for a player who can just really bring up the energy on the team. There's Manganga. Zuko has it. Looking for the next pass, finds Ruffin. Ruffin drives inside, gets that one to go, but ball's picked off by the North, ball's loose. Ruffin comes up with it, Ruffin. Back to Minganga Zuko at the top. She fires that one, a little too heavy, but she had to get that one off that time. And another great defensive possession there from the North. Just under 1 minute.
Yeah, for sure. I think I would look for them to settle down a little bit now. Just trying to maintain this lead going into the fourth.
Caravana gets the handoff off to Vanzo. But a 3-second violation is called on that one. So Central now can look to add a few before the break.
I think that's another one of those calls that they're probably not used to having at under 13s level. The 3-second call in the key.
Yeah, a lot of things for them to adjust to as Gordon driving in, nice and strong, passes, ball's picked off, ball's loose, but jump ball is forced. And again, every loose ball, just, you know, that sort of...
I've seen as all of them are trying to fight for every possession, which, like you said, that's an innate thing. Like, you can't teach that, and coaches are gonna really look for that in players. So it's nice to see so many of them fighting for every possession.
His passes so kicked out bounds there by Caravana. But Central up 13 seconds to get something up. Udo finds Nganga Zico. Nganga Zico driving in there, can't get it on to drop, comes up with her own board, can't get it full again, but it's rebounded by Okulie. So Okuwan cleaning things up for the North is Caravana. Vanzo looks to drive, Vanzo driving and scoops that one up, and she gets that one. Big play there from Ruben Vanzo through the contact, scooping it up, and she'll take a trip to the line. And that is a big play going into the break as well.
Yeah, for sure. The way that she's managed to use the shot clock, and there's only 3 seconds left for Central to try and do something. Really smart play, getting the foul, going into the fourth quarter with momentum as well. So really high energy play like we spoke about earlier.
Is just unable to convert that time. Gordon cleaning things up, but he ends up possessions picked. Referee sternly waves that one off. So going into this fourth quarter now, the North, their biggest lead of the game, 10 points. And the ending for them there, you know, that's a really great ending, especially coming into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think they couldn't really be in a better position, especially with the way the game started. They've just been building slowly on that momentum, and I honestly think they're in a great position to go into the fourth. Central, they're not out of it completely. It's just going to take a score in their minds and just play to their strengths.
Yeah, and sometimes even just a break, that is what they need, because as you spoke about, they haven't actually done much wrong out there.
Yeah, no, they've just been a bit unlucky on some of the plays, some of the calls as well. But yeah, no, they've done fantastic. It's just North have been executing ridiculously well throughout the...
For this final quarter of action, 6 more minutes. Who's going to come out on top? Who is going to take home that crown of the under-13s Girls Aspire All-Stars champion? Is it going to be the North? Is it going to be Central? Let us know in the comments who are you going to support. As the North will have the first possession of the game. Jassa has it. Jassa driving inside. Ball's picked off, and then the foot violation. Is that even called? I don't even know what it's called. Is it called a foot violation? Something
yeah, like
that.
a kickball, something like that.
Oh yeah, kickball, that's the one. Kickball violation is called. So ball's in for the North, but pass is picked off by Okulie. And now Central can look to get the first points of the quarter.
Final 5 minutes, 54 seconds of this game.
And even sometimes in games, you know, just especially fourth quarter, you know, close game, close in intensity, just getting those first buckets of the quarters, or that can be a good, like, sort of momentum shift.
Yeah, a lot of confidence comes from just seeing the ball go through the hoop. So yeah, it's definitely good to just set the tone early. But yeah, it'll be nice for them to maybe slow things down just a little bit. They've got such a comfortable lead. They might just want to take their time now, use the shot clock. 6 minutes will go so quickly. So yeah, it'll be good to see how they manage this one.
Yeah, so referees now just talking things over. Yes, they can talk things a bit.
I'm interested to see how Central will take advantage of having Ruffin and Georgia Udo on the floor at the same time. They're both high energy players. They kind of have a similar style, and yeah, it'd be nice to see if they can use that to their advantage.
Yeah, because that's exactly what I mean. I mean, everything's been perfect. You know, I mean, not perfect, but everything's been good from them. They just need that extra bit of energy boost to come out on top here.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be a bit disheartening when things aren't dropping, or they've taken a lot of heavy falls as well throughout the game, which is always a bit of a confidence killer. So hopefully with those two players that they bring the fight, they bring the energy, that can just kind of motivate the rest of them to be like, actually, yeah, we've got what it takes to make this happen. We've done it already this morning, bringing back quite a tough win. So if they can do it again, that would be amazing.
It really will. There's no one other than Udo has it now controlling things for them. And Ruffin fires that one, can't get the bounce on it. We saw him hit a big shot like that this morning, but Udo cleans things up. Ball's back out to Ngangazigo. Gordon has it, Gordon driving in. Ball does bounce out of bounds though, so now the North will look to go the other way. 10 points in it, 5 minutes 38 seconds left to go. Central with the press now as Devanzo finds Caravana. Slowing things down, Devanzo. Nice little drop step there, coming inside, scoops it up, can't get to fall, almost gets her own rebound, but Ruffin comes up with it. Ruffin can look to break here, she's got some big pressure on him, somehow finds her way through. Ruffin settles on the three-pointer, can she get it to go? Can't get it that time, had the line, a little too heavy, and Caravan just racing, nice little flow pass inside to Okalwan. Can't get it to fall, but she draws the foul. And what a little play again from there by them two. They just seem to be on the same page.
Yeah, no, they're just a little bit more height to get over the defender. Really, really smart play.
Yeah, the fact that he was able to get that in time, it went to where she was moving and also missed the defense. Like, it looks a lot easier than it actually is.
Yeah, no, for sure. We've definitely seen it today and throughout the whole weekend where players have mistimed that or misjudged it and it's gone flying out of bounds. So, yeah, the fact that she's able to do that in the final quarter, in front of a big crowd is, yeah, that is really, really impressive.
Yeah, just so many different factors that can affect the style of play, but a lot of these players seem to just be playing through it.
Absolutely. And a big difference with the final today is there's no other game on court too, so they've got all the crowd, all the attention's on them.
There's Ockel on there, just knocking the bottom out. She hit the first free throw. In this press, the North, they haven't turned it off all game. As ball bounces out of bounds, Central will keep possession though.
I think that's one of the benefits of these games being shorter, is that they're able to play at this super high intensity consistently throughout all four quarters. If this was a 40-minute game, you'd probably see them shifted between a full court press and a half court defense or even a zone, but because they've got the energy and time's on their side, they can play full court press and fast break the whole time.
Yeah, they've done it, executed all that really well so far. As Riley tries to get the pass inside, it is picked off by North. Caravana over to Okalwan. Okalwan gets off, hits the front of the rim though, and Caravana just avoided all the defenders there, like playing dodgeball, but pass inside from base to Devanzo, 3-second violation is called. And Gabby Caravana, every single time she has the ball in her hand, it's a highlight play. Absolutely.
She's got the ball on a string, like genuinely, I think she's just telepathically telling the ball where to go. There's no way.
It must be, because I don't know how she's doing it otherwise. She just picks up the pass there, tries to save it back in. Coming out here, you know, they're showing up, and we're going to be able to see them, you know, grow as players and just throughout all the age groups.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, this is just the beginning, and the fact that she's able to play with such a professionalism and an exciting game, like, I'm so excited to see.
Referee calls a foul on that one. Bit of an unlucky one there. You saw Udo just with that hustle play, diving onto the floor. Couldn't come up with it. Let's see some substitutions. There's Taya Lawton checking back into the game.
Yeah, I think Central have been quite unlucky in the second half of this game. Just a lot of calls not really going their way on those 50-50s.
There's Mace there just coming up with the pass again. Finds Lawton. Lawton drives inside and she sinks that one. Great drive from Lawton. A foul is called on the inbound. And the North built themselves a bit of a lead here. They can kind of look to use the shot clock a bit more now. But as we know, they have been playing sort of high intensity. So do you think they're still going to settle for those fast breaks?
Yeah, I think they've been doing better in the half-court offense. So hopefully they can go to that. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they carry on with fast breaks. They seem really comfortable. I'm looking at the floor, no one seems gassed. They all seem like they've only just started playing. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just stick to the script that's been working for them so far.
Yes, Riley gets one up on the other end, draws the foul. She's going to take a trip to the line. So we'll see some substitutions. Georgia Udo taking a break. There's Maria Ruffin checks back into the game. There's Riley, hits the first one. And for Central now, you know, this sort of breaking play, they've at the line, they can try and use this to create some momentum.
Yeah, for sure. Pressure onto North.
Can't get the second one's ball. Again, ball's loose, but hustle plays there. Everybody diving on it, and now possession will go in the way of Central, so they can look to capitalize. Just over 4 minutes left to go here in this final quarter of action. This ball's passed in to Riley. Riley looks to drive, kicks it out to Ruffin. Ruffin, possession. And every time, you know, a team has a possession, it feels like they can just extend it by just so many seconds. As Caravana wastes no time to get that one, can't get full. I think 2 players from the North there going after the ball. You can see them having a bit of a laugh about that one.
Yeah, I feel like that just sums up this game. Everyone, they're not even looking at who it is. They want to get that ball.
Yeah, great hustle from both of those two there. But Central can look to get something up on the other end. So Riley has it. Finds Ruffin. He's looking for some space. Finds a way through somehow. Foul is called. And again with Ruffin, she somehow just finds, almost like weaves her way through the defense.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about that one when she was by half court. Got 2 defenders all over and she's just dribbling in and out, just dancing through them basically.
It just looks so poetic, you know, when they just get through all the defense.
Poetic, effortless, yeah, in awe.
Manganga Zigo has it, swings it back to Riley. Ball's tipped though, Caravana, she's off the races. Is she going to get that one to drop? Unfriendly bounce out, Devanto's there though to clean it up. And if that doesn't sum up the game from the North, pushing for the break, crashing the boards.
All 3 of them there ready for it. It just shows how all of them have showed up today, wanting the win. And to be honest, Spence earlier in the game was such a big character for them. She really pushed the pace, but other people have just come in and stepped up. And even though she's out, the rest of the team have kind of gone, okay, that's fine. We can do that too. You don't rely on just one person. So, and coach seems really calm, which is always a good sign. You know they're doing the job right when coaches can take a bit of a back seat.
Definitely. And it just shows all the depth of the squad as well and the talent in that area.
Yeah, it's something that me and Kaz spoke about yesterday with, like, a lot of these players are maybe the top scorers on their teams at home, or they're maybe a big for a team or a point guard with the same sort of skills. It's actually like, okay, can I take a back seat in this area and actually let this person lead? And then, okay, they can't do that job now. I can step up. So it's really like selfless basketball, and really like mature as well.
Yeah, he's really mature. Like they're literally under 13. Some of the stuff they're doing is Devanzo can't get out to fall on the other end. Is like stuff you'd expect from, I don't know, just older players.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely more experienced players.
As Lawton takes that one up and she'll think that one. Lawton with the flow, and the North now just extending that lead. As Central looks to get a quick one on the other end. As Munganga Zico drawing the foul, so now she can take a trip to the line. And Central, they have done that very well. You know, they want to drive in, go in hard and strong, and they have got to the line.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been doing that consistently throughout all 4 quarters.
As we see some substitutions for Central, as Adriana Williams checking into the game. As first one can't fall for Munganga Zico. And the second one falls for her. Just adding on 2 Central's total as we see some substitutions. We have Sharina Wong checking back into the game. So just under 3 minutes left to go here in the final. As Carabana looks to push. Carabana back to Devanzo. Hands it off to Carabana. She has space, drives in, kicks it out to Wong. Wong sells on that one. She buys, little shot that time. Devanzo there to clean it up. Can't get it to drop, but again Devanzo with the board, ripping it away. Takes that one up and she draws the foul that time. And Uma Devanzo, she's just been a real force on the boards today.
Yeah, she's been everywhere, not giving up on the play. It just goes to show how physical this game has been as well. Just all the players fighting for the rebound and then getting to the line. I would love to know exactly how many times they've got to the line today.
Yeah, maybe we should in our own live stats or something. Multitasking. Love a good bit of multitasking.
Unless anyone at home is doing the tally for us,
Yeah,
let us know.
Literally, yeah, if you want to comment it, comment all the stats as Devanzo can't get the first one to drop. If you are watching at home, make sure you let us know who you're supporting. Are the North going to come out on top? Are Central going to win as Devanzo can't get the second? Lawton comes up with it. Lawton fires that one. A little too heavy. And Munganga Zico comes up with it, but it's ripped away, or almost ripped away by the North. Another jump ball called. And every time that ball comes off the rim, we basically just said jump ball.
Yeah, there's at least 4 hands on the ball at all times at this point.
There's long pass there to Wong, background to Okalawan, who drives in, little short that time. Devanzo there again with the board, kicks it out to Lawton, thinks about the shot, finds Carabana, who drives in, finds some space, gets that one to go, can't fall though. Gordon, long pass to Munganga Zico. She's off the races, she's pressured, gets that one up, draws the foul, so she's going to take a trip to the line. And Munganga Zico just for Central, every time there's a break, she's the one there, she's pushing the ball.
Yeah, no, she's doing a really good job of running the line, stretching the defense, putting a lot of pressure on North defense, which I think is probably why they're drawing so many fouls, because North are having to gamble rather than getting into a good position.
Here's first one, can't fall for her. Second, a little too heavy. Lawton cleans things up. She'll look to push now. And a foul is called that time. And as a coach, I mean, those sort of fouls like that, I mean, you don't really mind because it's just the intensity that the players play at. Yeah,
definitely. I think they probably, in these timeouts, they've probably been told to play at this intensity, and that's just what happens. Like, it's just a part of the gamble.
So Carabana finds a cutting Devanzo, who takes a long stride inside, can't get the shot up. And again, Okawan comes up with the ball. She gets that one to go. I mean, 4 points in about 3 seconds. seconds there from Okalawon. And again, the ball is picked off, but Gordon secures it for Central. Quarterback line pass over to Mangango Zico. She gets that one up. Unfriendly rollout. Lawton comes up with it. She looks to push. Pass ahead to Okalawon. Back inside to Lawton. Give and go action. Can't get the friendly roll. Ball goes out of bounds. And the intent, the pace that both of the teams play out there. Just both ends. It's like watching tennis sometimes.
Honestly, I was about to say, I think I blinked and the ball was back in the basket. I was like, I just watched it inbound.
So ball does go out of bounds, though, so at least it gives them a little bit of a break in play. And it will be Central. They can look to extend their lead. As Mangango Zico pushes things for them. She's unmatched. Finds Williams down low. Ball bounces out of bounds though, so North will have another chance to extend their lead. So Caravana controlling things for the North. Passes outside to Okalawon. She wastes no time in firing that one. Devanzo, she fires for three. Off the back iron, Wong comes up with it. Tries to save it in. Caravana comes up, floats that one up. Can't get it to drop. Devanzo with the board out to Lawton. Lawton fires that one. Basket sinks but is waved off due to a traveling violation. And how many offensive balls was that?
I don't think I can keep up with the North anymore. They're literally everywhere. They're on everything. Central looking a little bit tired now going into this last minute.
Yeah, just one more minute. Can they add on to their total? As Ruffin has it. And the intensity that this game's been played at, the pace, it's understandable that these players are tired. As Ruffin tries to get the flow, can't get it to drop. Isn't cleaned up though by Austin, but a travel violation call, so Central have another chance to try and get something to go. As we see some substitutions. As Amelia Riley checking back into the game alongside Everly Burton for Central, and then for North is Isabel Chan checking back into the game. So Central, I mean, they can still look to put something up here because, you know, every minute spent playing basketball is learning. Yeah, no, exactly. They'll want to look to try and finish this game strong and make sure that everybody on the floor is contributing. As Ruffin has some space, fires that one, little short that time. Devanzo cleans it up, pass ahead to Marsden. Marsden, long pass inside, looking there, was picked off by Vassal. Vassal ahead to Ruffin. Ruffin gets it up, can't get it to drop. Devanzo puts an end to that possession, looking for Netherwood, but again it's picked off by Vassal, and a foul is called that time. And every time the ball's in the air, feels like Nene Vassal just gets out. So well, watching the pass, and then kind of almost studying it before she tries to attack. So she's doing a really, really good job. And I must say, like, Central's defense in this last minute has been so intense, so good. But so many turnovers from North, which we haven't seen as much earlier in the game. No, I just made a noise. I was going to say, just because, I mean, at the end of the game isn't over till the end of final buzzer. And they're only under 13, so it's at the start of their basketball journey. Whether or not the score is a large margin. Yeah, no, exactly. And I think as well with it being a Aspire tournament, it's a learning experience. So no matter what happens with the scoreline or whoever wins the tournament, the amount that they're going to learn in these games is second to none. So they can't be too disappointed. We saw it again yesterday with the finals. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of disappointment, but actually once that's settled, you kind of think back and think, okay, there's actually so many positives to take from the games. Yeah, it certainly is. As Vassal sinks the second free throw. Shot clock is off, so the North can look to hold here. As Wong going to work, finds a floater, a little short that time. Isabel chased after it, but Ruffin comes up with it. Ruffin looking to get things over. The final buzzer sounds. And that will do it for our U13 Girls final here. The North are your Aspire. As we see them there celebrating on the court. Final score 43-25. And the North will be crowned champions here. The crowd is going wild. I see players out there on the court. And even though, as we said, even though the North have won, it is a learning experience. So essentially, there's so much they can take from this.
Yeah, absolutely. They had such a good game. They managed to keep North's attacks to a minimum, and they've done such a good job in the morning from quite a big comeback as well from them. So they've got so much to be proud of, so much to take from this. And I know emotions will be high after this game, but once those have settled, they can be really proud of that performance.
Yeah, and it was a great game. I mean, even though the score intensity that the players played at, the pace that they played at, you can't discredit any of them.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was just such an interesting game. I think that last quarter, North just did such a good job of executing and keeping the ball in their possession. Like every time the ball was in the air, there was 4 players staying with it and fighting all the way to the end.
So teams just making final, just high-fiving each other here. There's coaches coming around. We will have a presentation shortly, but for now, I am going to go and try and catch some reactions from the North U13 Girls players. You've just won the final. You're Aspire All-Star champions. How does it feel?
Good, very good. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
How does it feel to be us? That's the energy we like to see. So now let's go over to head coach Caitlin Hovels. Let's get her reaction. Let's try and get her reaction. Let's try and get her reaction very quickly. Coach, how does it feel to be named Aspire All-Star North U13 champions?
These girls have worked so hard at all our camps. We've worked hard really well.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it out there on the court. I mean, you came out really strong. The intensity was really high. Even when they were up by quite a large margin, they kept that intensity. So what were you saying to them to kind of keep it at that level?
For us, it was all about the defense. We knew if we could be intense on defense, we could score in transition. If that didn't work, we had half-court actions we could get into. We didn't even need those because our defense was so intense, and we were able to get some great steals and scores from that.
Yeah, it was certainly a joy to watch. But even as the clock winded down, you literally till the final buzzer, you kept it that high. Do you have any final words about how it feels to win?
Amazing. But it's all these guys. And Zoe as well, watching from Rome. The plan worked. So well done.
The plan worked. That's the final words from head coach Caitlin Hovels. So thanks for speaking to me, coach. That is going to be it from the reactions from the players. They're going to be a presentation now. So we're going to go and we're going to have a look at the presentation now as we see people get the runners-up medals. They get. So for now, let's go back over to the presentation.
At number 12, Georgia Lugo. At number 13, Amanda Rose Purcell. And at number 14, Janisha. Round of applause every time for the runners up to section. Let's get loud up applause for coaches.
So that is it for North. All your under 13s girls Aspire All-Star champions. Central are your runners-up. And that is going to be it from me, Ishanai, and Eve Shadrick, as we're going to see the All-Star 5. But from us for now, we're going to sign off, and we'll see you soon.